Welcome back, people. Damien. Stay protected and stay connected. I ain't got my crystals again today with me, boys and gals. Bear with me. Guys, what I want to bring to you is two of the most important messages I got from this book here. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Mr. Dale Carnegie. This is a very, very good book if you're into, developing your business or just learning how to interact with people on a day-to-day, because it's a very dysfunctional world. People are more and more dysfunctional. But it's just a general gist of how to navigate this world when it comes to people. The first thing that I wish to share that this book has taught me is that, for example, people more often than not care more about themselves than they care about you. This is directly applicable to the way in which the world has taught you to focus so much on the way in which you look. So when you're out on the street, you think that people pay so much attention to you, when in actuality, they don't really care, man. For instance, when you're out on the streets, do you care about what other people are wearing? How they look, the small things, like let's say there's a bit of shit on their shirt. No one really cares, man, because us in our own heads, we've just been programmed and brainwashed to believe that our appearance matters so much. This is what this book teaches you, is that it even gives the example of a disabled person. When you see someone who's disfigured on the streets, right? Do you stop in awe and wait there for 5 minutes and start taking notes and start analyzing everything? No, you glance, you're like, okay, this person's disfigured. It might be a bit of a shock to you, but that lasts, 5-10 seconds, and you keep it moving and you go back to thinking about yourself. So you, in day-to-day life, right? When you're not looking your best, when you're looking a bit scruffy, no one really cares. That's as black and white as I can put it. No one really gives a shit about how you look. Unless you look like an absolute tramp, you stink of shit, you've got all crap on your attire, then okay, there's some cause for concern. But the general gist of what I'm trying to say, people, is that you don't need to be placing that much attention on these small, insignificant things like your appearance. You're gonna wake up, you're gonna dress yourself, you're gonna wash, you're gonna do all of these things which are just general hygiene and common sense. So for the majority of the time, you don't need to be placing that much of an emphasis. And this I'm directing mostly towards women. Women, I know you like to look good. It's in your genetic code to attract males through the way in which you look, through your appearance. So I know you place a lot of emphasis. And combine that with the way in which you guys have been programmed, to look your absolute best at all times, in the gym, out on the streets, even just to go to the shops. I get it. I feel for you. But understand this. All of these things don't play that much of a significance when it comes to you living in true alignment and connecting to your higher self. That's my general gist of this first point, people. I really do hope you've understood this, because this is a game changer. Internalize that which I say. Not because I'm a preacher who knows it all, but I'm a person who I read a lot of books, people. I read a lot of books and I put it into practice, and this really does make a lot of sense. But let me not ramble on too much. So the second point that this book emphasizes, which is something very, very important that you need to understand, is that you always need to make it about the other person, especially in a business sense. When you're trying to, let's say, for example, you're a personal trainer and you wish to get a client, you want to get someone on board, you have to explain to them the value that you can bring. It's a bit self-explanatory, of course, but you essentially need to make it about them. It's no longer about, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm, level 2 qualified, level 3 qualified. I've done this many years of training. I specialize in this. No, they don't want to hear it. They want to hear what you can bring to them, what working with you is going to bring to their life. So essentially you make it about the other person. This is very, very important to understand, and it works in unison with the first point, in the idea that people generally care only about themselves. And it's true, because you are a unique expression of divine creation. So, your perspective, everything that you see, it goes straight back into you. So you can't really associate with that which another person does or feels or thinks, because you can understand it for a few seconds, but straight away you're taken back into your own reality, into your own world. So the general gist of what I'm trying to say, people, is that when you navigate this world and you're trying to get people on board on your team, how to win friends and influence people, make it about the other person. And also understand that people, more often than not, they don't really care about how you look. It's more about your charisma, your personality, the traits that money can't buy. You can be a millionaire or a billionaire with the fanciest clothes, the nicest cars, the hottest girls. But if you internally are weak and all over the place and off balance, people are going to sense that, because energy doesn't lie. Guys, this is a fantastic book. How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'll leave the link in the description. I highly advise that you buy it. I've got a lot of books, people, so I'm going to be sharing just a few general ideas that I get from each one. As always, people, I really do hope you got some value. stay protected, and stay connected. And I'm out. Peace.